Well, so if you wonder why I'm sitting here staring at you, because everybody who's on the call, Lee has this awesome introduction. For me, it's fabulous. He reworked it. So if you weren't on the call, you missed it. You missed it. You missed the good stuff if you weren't on there. Boy, the songs were wonderful tonight. We went back old school. We had some new stuff. He always surprises me with what he finds, but it's always good. So hello if you're on the phone joining us. I know a lot of people are because they can't get a good signal for the live streams and actually have to watch me afterwards. And for everybody that I'm sitting here staring at on the live stream, hey, how y'all doing? And I know, I'm trying something new here. I have heard so many people say, I watch your replays, but I love to watch you live. But after our week on a Friday night, 9 o'clock is just too late on the East Coast. This is what happened. I started to feel my age a little bit, and I told Lee, I said, I think I want to try this. I just want to try it in 2018. I want to see if we can do it a little bit earlier, get a few more people on here, get them while they're awake, and hopefully I don't got to try to find ways to keep you awake, and talk about some great things, okay? So if this is your first time listening to me on live stream, because I have dumped a lot of people in the Onward group this week. A lot. I don't know where they all coming from, but they watching the YouTubes or you're turning them on to people. I don't know. But this is what I do ask you. If you're going to turn people onto our group, which by the way is just Avon Representatives, if you're going to do that, please make sure you tell them you're going to do that. Tell them, hey, I got a great group I think you'll like, has great information, got crazy people who come on and talk on your live stream, and lady will piss you off, and then you'll love her, and then you won't love her, and you'll hate her, and you want to come back, and all that stuff. Hi, JP! I'll tell you all about JP in just a second. But make sure you tell people, okay? Because what happens is they wake up the next morning, and they're suddenly in this group, and they're like, how did I get into this group? And I got to be honest with you. I don't like that. I don't like that either. I don't like it when people just dump me into groups and they don't ask me. So if I don't like it and I feel like I'm pretty much the most easygoing person in the world, then absolutely. Oh, you know what? I don't know how they're hearing stuff here. They're probably hearing it better now because I have the right one in my ear. OMG. Let me take this one out. Okay. I hope that's better. I don't know. I got a new phone. Is that better, Bib?
That's better.
Okay. Bib got me a new phone. Okay. He got me an iPhone. I have gone over to the dark side, can I say? And I'm still trying to learn it. Thank you very much. So, oh, I look great. Thank you, Gwenda. I appreciate that. Always need a compliment every now and then. It's all wonderful. Rochelle, hi, my friend. So many of you on here. Looks like this new time may be working out, so I like that. So if it's your first time, welcome. I'm the admin of Onward no matter what. A lot of people are having trouble, too, finding the live stream under the event. So this is what I figured. I do this for the people in Onward who are in here, so why not just keep the live stream in Onward? So y'all can find it, okay? And by the way, there is a button there if you decide you like what I have to say, that you can press that says, whenever this crazy chick Molly Stone bib right here is on live stream, could you notify me, please? And if you press that, you'll never miss me, okay? If you want to miss me, don't press the button because it's going to tell you, okay? So that's what I'm going to tell you about that. Now, big news, surprise, had no clue. Did you all see the new Facebook cover on the Onward page? Did you? Okay, and look, luckily for me, not a whole lot of people have I had to poof, but y'all know I have a poof wand, right? Y'all know I do. And I have not had to poof anybody in a while because I have not had anybody acting crazy who wants to down my company, wants to go toe-to-toe with me, and wants to create drama in my group. So I love y'all for that. Thank you very much. But that picture, yes. And I know where he got like that top. I wore that top in the Bahamas. I had a picture taken with him in the Bahamas and that. He surprised me with this and the other Formidable Four. He surprised Wilbur and he surprised Scola and he surprised Teresa Paul. And if you go to the pages of all of them, the groups, you are going to see that they are absolutely remarkable. And I love him for that. You know, I know this cost him to have somebody do this, but these kind of gifts right here, they're the stuff that kind of get you right here. You know what I'm saying? To have somebody take the time and believe in you and what you're doing and what you're trying to give back in a group like you all, 17,000 of you in here and Onward. And for JP to say, I think she's worth that. I think she's worth that and I want to do that. It just absolutely touched me. So, you know, let JP know how y'all loved it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So, this year is going to be a year that you guys are going to travel many, many journeys with me. And I'm not talking about Bermuda, and I'm not talking about Disney, and I'm not talking about Maui, although I hope all of you going to go to those places, okay? But I'm talking about a journey in life and business that this year I am sticking to things that I have trouble with, that I am consistently attempting to put my life back on track every time I turn around. And I've really had to look hard back at 2017 and say, I didn't do as well as Avon as I would have liked to have done. We didn't do bad. I'm very proud of my team, but I have to tell you what I have learned as a leader. It would be really easy for me to go into my team and go into Vibe and take a look at everything and say, it was this person, this person, this person, and this person, right? I could say that. I could say this is where they screwed up. This is where they weren't consistent. This is where out. But let me tell you something. It starts with me. It starts with me. It starts with me. It starts with my example. It starts with how I'm running my part of the business. It starts with me and my training. It starts with me and having a relationship with my leaders. It starts with me getting up in the morning and starting my day correctly and doing the things that I should be doing for my team and my business and my life to prosper and succeed. Are you following me? Because if you're sitting there looking at your team all the time or looking at your customers and saying, what the hey? Why aren't they buying Avon for me? Why aren't these girls putting in their orders? Let me tell you, you always going to have them. Little secret here. You is always going to have them people who just don't perform. You always going to have them, okay? So we're not talking about those people. But what we're talking about is, you know how many times you said to yourself, oh, I wish I had a leader like Lisa freaking Wilbur. I wish I had Teresa Paul. I wish I had this. Maybe you even crazy enough to say, I wish Molly Stone Bibb was my leader. OMG, that is not what you want. Ask my leaders. Anyways, if you're that crazy person, and when you say that, I have to ask you, there's something about those people, if you're following them, that you're like, oh, I wish I did. What you need to say is, what about them do I feel like I need to apply to my business and to my life? What is it? What is it about the people that I look up to that I wish I had more of besides money? Besides money, because in order to get the money, you got to do the right things, right? I have to tell you that all of my closest friends, top leaders, and I'm talking about top leaders in Avon, none of us do 100% of what the other one does. I mean, we all take something from Lisa Wilbur all the time. She's been sharing with us for years, right? But the point is, do I do everything like Lisa freaking Wilbur? No, I don't. I don't do everything like Captain Platinum. Teresa Paul has been my buddy since way back when. I take so much from her, but do I do everything like Teresa Paul? No, I don't. Scola has taken her business and it has soared. They've all been in business longer than me. But the truth of the matter is, I don't do everything she does. You know why? Because I'm Molly Stonebeb. Because I am me. And my life is different than their life. And how I look at some things in business and life are different. I mean, let me put it out there. Do you know stupid people don't even know they're stupid? Imagine. They don't. Stupid people don't know they're stupid. Do you know most people, you could say that person is ugly. Most people who are ugly, you know what? I look at some people, have you ever met somebody and said, that person is not the most attractive person in the world, right? But then what happens? You get to know that person. And when you look at that person, for some reason they look different to you. You find everything about that person that you think is beautiful. And this beauty shows from inside outside. It's no different when you find people in business that you're like, oh wow, look, she's making a lot of money and she got a lot of people on her team. But then you start looking at what they're sharing with you. And you think, man, I need to do that. I need to know that. Well, here's the deal. When people started making goals for the new year, and we all have those, right? We all do that. One of the things that I realized that I really did not do how I should have done, that I could say I've had years where I've done better, is consistency. Now, let's be real for a minute. Lack of consistency can come from a lot of different things. Lack of consistency can come from something happening in your life that's very traumatic and it takes you away. Maybe for a moment. But normally what happens is if something is traumatic enough that it takes you away for a moment, it takes true discipline to bring yourself back from the trauma and say, you know what, I've got to get back. I've got to get back into the swing of things. This was a struggle for me, especially in 2017. I was still struggling with my relationship with my dad, which I had been struggling with for years. But my dad, we knew he wasn't going to be around much longer, and my dad died in 2017, right before RepFest. I struggled with my relationship with his wife for years. And I would find that when I would get caught up in the family drama, the family stuff that was happening, I found that because I let stuff like that bring me down, that instead of doing what I used to do, which was saying, Molly, put yourself back into the business. Put yourself back into what you can control. Molly, you know you've got goals. Put yourself back, because what you're trying to get yourself all wrapped up in right now, Molly, you can't fix that, Molly. You can't fix people. And I'm a fixer. I didn't do that. You know what that led to? Me getting up in the morning and moving very slowly. maybe being on Facebook way too long, not doing the proper things on Facebook I should be to help my business, to help you grow as a person, to help you grow as an individual, to help you become a better leader, to promote to my team how to really do things during the times that things are tough. Because let's be real, it's easy when there's nothing going on to do the right thing. It's easy to stay consistent and stuff when nothing else is going on in your life. But I didn't have an easy year. And a lot of you did not have an easy year. Teresa, I know you say you're losing the broadcast off and on. I finally figured out how to take these and put them back on YouTube again, okay? So don't stress. Hear what you can hear. I'm going to put this on YouTube. We're going to put the call on replay. It's going to be all right, baby, okay? So don't stress about it, okay? I'm going to get that done for you. So, consistency. Things that I felt like I was not consistent on that I do believe make a difference. And the reason I know it makes a difference, I am going to tell you, it is because I watch people grow who are consistent in these things. Things like, are you communicating with your customers? Do you do something like make sure they get brochures every campaign? Are you consistent that even if you do not have a way to get out and get those books out there, like by foot, by car, whatever may happen, there are other ways to get the books out there. We have campaign mailer. Are you doing that? Are you taking advantage of the services that are out there? Are you consistent? I mean, let's be clear. I bet you that if you're Avon, with your Avon money, if it depended on you buying bread and milk and eggs and whatever it is for your family, if it meant that you needed to get those brochures out there to your customers, I guarantee you would find somebody who could take you out. Who could take you out and get those books in the hands of your customers. Especially if you said, whether I eat is going to depend on this. Too many of you are dabbling. Consistency, you haven't been consistent once in this business. I watch the same people in a 17,000 people group complain about what they can't do. What they can't do. What's not happening for them. What's not happening for them quick enough. Well, if somebody told you that building a business and being a strong business owner was going to happen within a couple of months of you getting in this business, one of two things. They lied to you, number one, because that ain't happening, Cupcake. There's nothing quick about this. Or you're like, I needed it to happen faster. Well, if you need something to happen faster, then you better work harder. You better be more consistent continually for more hours of the day. And you better figure out what you need to be consistent about. I was not being consistent with things like checking back with my customers. I was not being consistent with giving the brochures out at every opportunity that I had. Why? Because I had gotten very comfortable with the customers that I had. There's nothing wrong with that if you have enough. But I'm not allowed to complain about where I'm not at if I'm not putting the work in. Guess what? Neither are you. Where is the consistency for you leaders? Think about it. Oh, you're on a good roll, boy. Here was the roller coaster of your business. It's up here and it's coming over the top and you are going down for the count. Boy, you are riding that hill and it is awesome, and you got people coming on, and they are putting in orders, and that is awesome, and you're just letting it go on autopilot, just getting that thing going on auto. It's going, you celebrating, you telling everybody what's going on. Close out Tuesday, Lee's putting it, woohoo, this is going on, that's going on, it's just happening, life is great, and then suddenly, you quit feeding your team. You quit recognizing your team. You quit being the leader or the farmer who is watering the plants, who is making sure that the seeds are growing. You're not that person. You're not doing it. And then what happens is here comes a hill and you're running out of steam and you're like, this sucks. This doesn't work. These people aren't working. Wait a minute. Have you even remotely let them know what they should get excited about? I mean, how did you promote that cruise to them if you thought any of them would be interested? How did you promote what you were doing to your customers so that your customers would get on board with you? As a representative, there's two ways to make money. You can just be a representative who shares the brochure, and you can be a sales representative. And then the other leg of that business is leadership, where you tell everybody about the opportunity and you share the opportunity and you turn them on to what Avon can do for them, and you get them walking on both legs of this opportunity and being a sales representative. But you're not consistent. You think just because you tell them, just because they give Avon $25, just because they don't answer the phone the first time, just because, I have people on my team all the time going, do you think I should just leave that person alone? And I'm like, what do you mean by that, leave that person alone? I mean, if you're doing Zoom calls, if you're doing something for everybody, what are you saying? Leaving them out of it? No. As a leader, it's your job that even if somebody does not want to be contacted, it is your job to always make sure that that door is open, that that door is consistently open, which means you cannot take everything personally. It means that if somebody doesn't respond the way you want, if somebody tells you they're going to put in an order, if they don't, if they put in the order but they didn't pay the bill, and guess what? You're not getting the bonus for that because they didn't. You have got to get your eyes off yourself, and you need to be consistent with letting your team know what makes a successful representative. See, this is how it works. If you quit worrying about where your bonuses are coming from and where your paycheck is coming from, and if you are consistently showing them how to be a consistent business owner, and how this business can work the best for them. Think about it. They're going to catch the fire. They're going to catch the glow of your excitement. They're going to think, I must be missing something. Maybe I need to get on their call. Maybe I need to, maybe I need to talk to them more. You have got to be the person who, by the way, anybody can be an average leader. But it takes a remarkable person to be a consistent leader. Anybody can put bronze executive leader under their name. Anybody can introduce themselves on YouTube as gold leader, national recruiter, awesome person, has a big mouth, gives you great information. That does not mean because you have a title that you are consistent. I have watched people who have been in this business longer than me who complain consistently about, that's what they're consistent about, complaining consistently about the fact that they have not moved up in title. I don't get it. I've been in this business how many years? And look, and I get how much work it takes because I'm still there working on it. I wanted to be a silver executive in 2017. It didn't happen. I want to be a silver executive in 2018. And you know what? I have to do some things differently, or I'm going to be talking to you in 2019 saying I want to be a silver executive. I don't want to be the person who's been in this business for 20, 30 years, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get to the next level. I know that's not what you want. I know that you want to make all the money that you can make. And I know there's a lot of you out here who want to change lives. I know there are. But people watch you even when they don't say anything. And they watch you and they say, I don't know, I don't get her. I mean, she sounds like she knows what she's talking about when I'm talking to her, but yet, where's the growth? What has happened that this is somebody who has not moved forward? What I knew when I started making notes on this was that I don't want to ever be that person that you look at and say, why isn't she moving forward in her business? She's always giving me great information, but I find that she's not taking her own advice. No. It hasn't been that way, and it's not going to be that way. And I had to make a new plan. I had to know what I was going to do every single day to make sure I'm working that plan. And if I'm behind on something, it's up to me to put the extra hours in to get caught up. If something has caught my attention and it's taken me away, can I be honest with you? It is time. It is time to do something different. And sometimes the difference is just being consistent. Just going back to doing what you do, but doing it all the time. Molly, I really want these people on my team to do more. I get it. I want people on my team to do more too. But it seems like even when I'm at my best, these same people that we're talking about are still not doing anything, or they're big talkers. They do so much of this instead of doing this and doing something. I get it. You're not going to get away from them. You're always going to have them. This is why I tell people when they go, Molly, but I've got this many people and this is what I'm doing. And I'm like, you need more people. You need more people. You need more customers. Molly, I just want to hit Rose Circle. I've been trying for 3 years. How many customers do you have? Molly, I have 70 customers. How many customers did you have last year? Well, Molly, I think I had between 60 and 70. If you're doing Honor Society numbers right now with 60 or 70 people, then you need another 40 or 50 customers. Are you willing to be consistent to go after and get them? How bad do you want Rose Circle? Do you want more customers? And by the way, are you doing what you need to do in order to make sure that the orders rise for the customers? And why not? Why aren't you? If you don't have goals that are any bigger than what you're doing right now, we have nothing to talk about here. But if you say, no, I want more, you don't understand, Molly, I need to make more money. You don't understand, I need to make this work, or I'm going to have to go get a job. Molly, you don't understand, this is what's going to happen. My kids aren't going to have this, If I don't, then what the heck are you doing to get it done? And do you go, oh my gosh, okay, do you realize that when your kids tell you that that they need a new pair of cleats, that they need this, that they need new ballerina slippers, that they need this for cheerleading, that they need this in school, that they have to have this calculator, that they got to have all of this stuff, and you put it in Drive, bam, Bam! You put it in drive and you go out there and you are working your business like nobody's business. You are working it. You are bringing people in. You are making the bonuses. You are selling $200 and $300 above what you normally do. You are ready. You will not have your kid do without anything that it is that they want. And you know what happens? You go out, you buy that thing, you prove you can do it, and then you fall right back into the same freaking hole that you were in. And instead of saying, wow, look what I just did. I was able to take my Avon money and we were able to go do this, this, and this, and I could buy this for my kid and I could go do this. You say, okay, that's done. Now I can relax. That's a hobby seller. That's a hobby business person. It's not that you want more. You're saying, I'm just working this. I'm working it for whatever comes up. Do you realize that if you consistently, there's that word again, if you consistently worked your business like that all the time, do you realize that if you just took a quarter of that and put a quarter of that energy into your business like that, do you realize that when they came to you with the next thing that they needed, do you realize that you would have the money? You wouldn't be in, okay, let's all go. We're in emergency mode. They need something or they can't do this. They got to go. If you just worked it a little bit more consistently. It's such a number one black thing for me. It's that dark thing for me. I mean, the Aspira line came out, right? And I've, been taking the vitamins, got them at RepFest, in love with them. They were great. Actually traded those out for the vitamins that I was taking. Didn't have any problem with them. All was good. And then, then the metabolism boost system came out. And the shakes and all. And look, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I love the shakes. I don't love the shakes. I don't hate the shakes. I don't love the shakes. I don't take the shakes every day, okay? But I do make sure that it is part of my regimen because I need more of that protein in my life. And 3 times a week for breakfast, I have that. And I'm like, you know what? This works. This is great. Taking this as part of the system, taking the metabolism boost, using the hunger block before dinner. Absolutely love the energy pill, okay? Started that AM, PM restore. Let me tell you something. Consistency with taking pills, that's a big one. Consistency with saying, I'm going to see what this stuff can do for me. No matter what, I have to stay on this and see how can this help me so I can share it with others. But it's a whole lot easier just to say, well, I just won't take it today and nobody has to know about it, right? I can just take somebody else's story and tell that. Well, no offense. I don't know about you, but I get tired of not having energy. I'm that person that in the middle of the afternoon, I just want to go take a nap. But for now, 26 days plus, I haven't felt that way. For 26 days plus because I said, Jesus, take the wheel. I am going to be consistent with this Aspira system. I am going to see what it can do for my menopausal ass with my bad mood. My skin's going funky. My hair ain't doing what I want it to do, which is why I got the crazy style going on. What in the world is... I have got to try to get myself healthy. I had to get back to walking. I had to get back to drinking more water. I even put a post up about it today. But can I tell you something? I feel better right now on the 26th of January than I have felt since before Thanksgiving. I have lost 13 pounds, and I'm not attributing this to the Aspira. I'm not. I think it has part of it. I think it has part of it to do with it. You know why? Because I was the one who had an inconsistent metabolism. Thanks to me. I was the one who didn't want to get up and eat breakfast, didn't really care if I ate lunch. I could just eat, drink coffee all day, whatever it is, grab a few snacks, and then I would eat dinner. Okay, that's great. Let's go eat dinner. And then I would go in the bedroom, and while I'm sitting there doing emails, whatever I'm doing, I would sit and I would snack all evening long, and then go back and go to bed on that stuff, and trying to get my high off the bad food, the bad drink, everything else that was going on in my life. And because of that, I wasn't getting on. I wasn't walking the way that I should have. I had put some of the weight back on that I had lost before, and I said no more. I am 54 years old. I'm going to be 55 years old. I've got things working against me like menopause, and I'm not going to take the responsibility to take care of myself and be consistent. If I can't be consistent with something like taking pills, drinking a little drink at night for the PM restore, if I can't put myself on a schedule for the shakes and everything else, seriously, I can't do that, and I think I'm going to lead a team? Really? This is what I know. It's the 26th of January. And the first thing I grab for at night is that. The first thing I grab in the morning is that. When I have lunch, an hour after I have my lunch, I take my energy pill. When I have my shake or have my breakfast, I'm actually hungry now. I'm actually hungry. Do you know I used to never be hungry, and I would go, what the heck? What is the deal? How in the world can I carry all this extra weight on here and not be hungry? Okay, I'm eating the junk at night. I get it. What the heck is all that? And how is it? I'm not getting that many calories because my metabolism was so screwed up. So screwed up. Now I wake up and I'm like, man, I can't wait till breakfast. Whether it's a shake. It's taken me a month for my body to say, whoa, something else has gone on. A month. A month. Something else has happened in a month. It's been a month since I made the commitment to be consistent in my business with my team, with my leaders, with my new representatives, with my customers. And with the consistency of saying, you know how I can make myself more consistent? By setting up and saying, if I commit myself to my team, if I commit myself to my business, if I say this is what I'm doing, and I put it out to them that I'm going to be there, I have to show up and I have to be consistent. So what do I have now? I have newbies who've never put in an order, been with this company a month and a half, new rep training has started, and guess what? Suddenly they feel like they can, because for some reason they chose to get on my team call. That I have leaders from promoters all the way up to the top leader who are getting on there and they're sharing, and they know I care, that it's not just about some email that I could send out to everybody, that I said, I have not done this. I need to be consistent. And I have to tell you, there's a part of me that wants to say, I hope being consistent is wrong at the end of 2018. I hope it doesn't work for me with feeling better. I hope it doesn't work, because then I'm like, I could have been doing this all along. I could have been consistent all along. I could have made sure no matter what, I called those customers when I know they normally order every other campaign. I should have been calling them, hey, I know life gets busy. Hope everything's okay. Wanted to make sure that you know this product that you normally get is on sale, because I'd love to get you a couple of them. Would you like me to go ahead and put that in? I should have been consistent. My sales would have been higher. How about you? Would your sales have been, oh my, I don't want to call and bother anybody. I don't want to wreck their day. I don't want to ask them. What if they yell at me? Seriously. Is that your excuse? I don't want them to yell at me? That's your excuse. You are a business owner. Your job is to make sure that your customers know what it is that you have that they could want. And if you're not communicating with them, how do you expect them to know it? And if they don't know it, how do you expect to build sales? And if you don't build sales, how do you expect to get to the next level? And if you don't get to the next levels, how do you expect to go to Maui in 2019? Just asking. It starts with consistency. And when you do something all the time, it becomes a part of who you are, whether it's in your life or in your business. It's part of what you do. And look, I would love to be able to give you the secret of what works for every different scenario and tell you, do this and this works. Guys, if you've got somebody who's telling you they've got your answers when they talk to you, that it will answer everything in your life and your business, you need to get away from them. Get away from them. Because nobody lives your life but you, and nobody knows honestly what you're inconsistent about but you. It begins with you, it ends with you, and everything in the middle is you. If you don't feel like you're a good mom, if you feel like you're your kid's friend more than they're your mother, then own it and be a mom. If you believe you're not a good wife, you know how you're not being a good wife, husband, partner, whatever. Be consistent, do the right thing, and see how it will change your life, your relationship, everything. If you were that person who is always negative about everything, and every time that person sees you coming, they want to roll their eyes like, my God, what are they going to complain about next? What are they going to feed off of next? What are they going to do to bring me down next? If you are that person, you are being consistent in the negative and not with the positive of what can help build it up. I know. You're saying, Molly, you're hitting me between the eyes. Knock it off. Stop it. I liked you until this call. I hear you. I liked myself until I had to take off my glasses and really look at what I was doing and what wasn't I doing. I mean, what was I getting myself all involved with that there was no way I could change it? Why was I getting caught up in stuff that in no way was it going to help me, my business, my family? It was going to create more drama. Why wasn't I? I had to stop it. One of my mottos is when you're trying to do something better, it is in your life and it is in your business. When you work on one and you don't work on the other, you're lopsided. The amazing thing is some months I can find something in my business I should be more consistent about. But then I look at my relationships, my life, taking care of myself. I am tired of being on that seesaw. I want to get it right. And if I fall down, and I will, I want to get back up and get right back on the consistency train. I don't want to let a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then sit there and go, how did this happen? It happened because you chose not to do what was making a difference anymore. Sometimes you say, well, I'm doing this and I'm not noticing a difference right now, Molly. I'm sorry. You know, the chicken goes and sits on the egg. She going to sit on the egg, 2 days and then she going to pop out a baby chicken? I don't know where y'all learn this stuff at. That you just think because you want it, you should have it. Because you want it, it should just appear. But Molly, I want to be a bronze leader. Okay. I hear what you want. What are you doing to make it happen? Molly, I want to be Rose Circle. I want to make 45% all the time. Molly, I want it so bad I can taste it. You're not going to be able to eat it unless you get out there and make it. Molly, I want a steak sub so bad. I want it, and I want like the fried onions all caramelized and maybe a little bit of green pepper and some mushrooms in there or some slap that mayonnaise. Molly, I want that so bad. And you're just sitting there. Well, if you want it, go get the ingredients and make it. If you don't do the work, it ain't gonna happen. Molly, I want to lose 15 pounds before RefFest. And you know what always makes me laugh? The people who get out and you suddenly see them walking and you see them skipping meals. I'm going on a fast. I'm going on a fast like 2 weeks before RefFest because I want to lose 11 pounds before RefFest. Like I want to lose 40 pounds before RefFest. So I'm going to get out. I'm going to walk 10 miles a day. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm thinking to myself, I've been where you're at, but had we chosen to do these things in the beginning, if you had started in January, by the time July came, it would have been done, sister and brother. Let me tell you, it would be done. It is a daily walk to better yourself. It is a daily walk to better yourself. It is a daily walk to build your business. And yes, things are not always going to go right. And no, not everybody is going to do what you feel like they should be doing. And the reason that we don't stop sharing, the reason that we keep telling people about our opportunity, that we keep our ears open about what it is that somebody could want, it's why we listen to people and we see what they're doing and we see they're unhappy with what they're doing. Or maybe you see that they are happy and oh my gosh, if we could get them in our business, they would be fabulous because they're just people lovers. And you know what I hate? I hate bringing miserable people onto my team. Can I be real honest? When I see somebody who's not happy with their job, it's one thing to say, I really wish I was doing something else. It's another thing to be so miserable. That person who's working at Walmart or Target, I look at them and I say, I do not want them on my team. Here, maybe you would like to buy from me, but I do not want to deal with your negative ass on my team. No, I'm not responsible for making you happy. You're responsible for making yourself happy, okay? You're responsible for doing the actions, for choosing the thing, and having the right attitude that says, I think I could do this the rest of my life. I think I can make this work. Because see, this is how I felt about every job that I ever had before I could take my business full time. I can remember when I had to go back to Target. Let me share this with you. I had gone full time with Avon. And some things had happened. And I had to have more money. Lee had been diagnosed by that time. His hours had been cut. And I had to find somebody, a business, somebody who would work with me and would give me hours that I needed. And I don't know about your targets, but when I go into my targets, here's the deal. All I saw was a bunch of kids who were 16, 17, 20, 21, and I was in my 40s, and I said, I don't think I'm going to have a chance at this. I don't think they're going to hire me. But I had heard they would work with anybody with their schedule. So I went in and I put the application in online, and they called me in to talk to me. And there was a woman there who was probably in her 30s, and she, was saying, what do you do? I was very honest. I said, I have my own Avon business. I'm trying to grow it. I have a great team. At that time, I think I probably had 300 or 400 people on my team. And I remember her saying, we have a lot of applications here because at the time this was going to be for Christmas help, and I had never worked at Christmas time doing any type of retail. And I said to the lady, I said, I know you probably hear this from a lot of people, and I know I'm in my 40s, but I need to tell you that if you will give me a chance, I will tell you that I will always be here and I will always show up. I will tell you I will always have a smile on my face. I will tell you that I will make people glad that they showed up to Target. And I will never be a problem, and you will never hear complaints from me if you will just give me a chance. Needless to say, 2 days later, they called me and said, you have the job, come in and let's start training you. And I was excited because we really needed that extra money. It wasn't a whole lot, but I needed it, and I needed to be able to build my business the way I had. So I needed somebody who would cooperate with me hour-wise, and they said they would. And I worked there almost a year and a half. Within 2 months, I was one of their head trainers in the company, and I was part-time, imagine. And the youngins, believe it or not, they loved me. I think they took a liking to me. Couldn't figure it out, but they would love it. I remember I was just getting into Facebook then, and they were all friending me on Facebook. Some of them are still my friends on Facebook. And I could pick up as many hours as I wanted. And I was always grateful for these kids, because these young kids who knew more about technology than me, they took me by the hand and they showed me, and you know what, I introduced them. They became my customers in Avon, and the girls loved the makeup and all these different things and I remember thinking to myself, I was so grateful that they gave me an opportunity, because I needed the money. And whenever they needed somebody to fill in, they would call me, Molly, can you come in? Can you come in, Molly? We've got somebody who's not coming. Or they'd want to switch shifts with me, because, see, they knew I would show up, because I was consistent, because I had a smile on my face, because I was grateful for the job I had. And I was grateful that they knew what I wanted in my business. And I remember that when I said, look, business is picking up with my Avon business, and I'm going to have to give my notice. I'm not going to give you 2 weeks. I'm going to give you 4 weeks. I will give you a month, because I don't want to leave you hanging. And they said, we would love to give you a management position in one of our stores. Would you stay? You've met our regional. We really, really want to keep you here. You've learned so much in this year. I had to think about it. I was consistent. Even at times I didn't want to go in, I did. And they never knew that I didn't want to be there. I showed up. I folded the shirts. I put them on there. I was around the register mostly, dealing with people. That's where they had me. And I said, I have a goal. I appreciate that, but I have a plan. And I want to own my own business. And I want it to be self-sufficient. And I have the opportunity to do this with this business, but I need more time. And I've been giving you all more time. And they said, if it ever does not work out for you, you need to know that we always have an opening for you here. I was heading to my 50s. It doesn't happen. And it happened because I was consistent, and my attitude was consistent, and my lookout on my plan was consistent, and everything that I was doing, because I knew I had to hop over on this and be consistent. I had to make those people believe that everything about that store, I was good. I was on board. I was on their train. And when I was with them, I walked away with 14 more customers just from people who worked there. I got Employee of the Month 4 times while I was there. I'm part-time employment because I was grateful for the opportunity, and I loved that they gave me a chance, and I had to prove myself. And as a business owner, they knew what I wanted, and they respected it. But everything you do, you should do with consistency. Every single thing, and you have to own it. You want the customers to really know who you are and never forget who you are. You must be consistent. I had customers who used to come through my line to Target. Do you know why? They loved having conversations with me. But the number one thing they loved about me is I was quick. I was quick. I got them in and out of there. You used to get scores on the register. You'd get G's for good and this and that. And my scores were always great. And you could earn stuff, free stuff with that. And I did that. But the customers never felt rushed because I always treated them like they were number one. You were in my line. You were going to have a great experience at Target no matter what. I was going to talk to you, smile at you. If you were in a bad mood, you were going to give me a smile before you left that line. It was all going to be okay. And when I deal with my customers now, that is what I have to do. Consistently show them how important they are to me, that they are my livelihood, that because of them, my bills are paid. And my people on my team, they are my livelihood, that because they work their business and I teach them how to be consistent and they love what they do, because of that, my mortgage gets paid. Because of that, my car payment gets paid. Because of that, I have food on my table. Because of that, I don't work for anybody else but me. Because of that, I've got you. You people are sitting here on a Friday night and you are watching me because you know I'm going to be honest with you and you know I'm going to tell you what it takes and you know I'm going to hit you between the eyes with this and you know that I'm not going to lie to you. Almost 55 years of living, deaths, losing my mother, working for, definitely I was worth more, but let people walk all over me, divorced, hot mess, no confidence, didn't know what I was doing, where I was going, who I was. Avon was the third job for me. And here I am again telling you that even after being in this business almost 14 years, that I still mess up. But what I believe is that I am still breathing, and it is never too late to straighten up and fly right, as my mama used to say, and get on the right track. Figure out what you're lacking in this business and in your life and make the commitment to change it. To change it. Nothing's going to change unless you change. Nothing's going to change unless you say this is going to be different. Avon can structure everything to be wonderful for us, but if you're not doing the work consistently, you're only going to reap a little iota of the business. That's all you're going to do. And you could be getting the mother load in this business. If you would just take an ounce of the complaining that you do and put it into the rear end of your business and push a little harder and be a little more consistent, you could have it. I consistently tell you I'm nobody special. And when I say that, I'm not saying that I'm crud, that I don't get it done, that I haven't proved myself. I'm saying I've come from where a lot of you are. I've come from where a lot of you have been. I have not been given special treatment by anyone in Avon. Let me be clear. They probably dislike me more than they like me because I'm always fighting for you. Okay? Probably. So if anything, they watching me closer. Okay? Let's be clear about this. This isn't about special treatment here. But when I have worked my hiney off for something that I really want, my hiney may still be intact. But you do it long enough and you have something to show for it. Well, in 2017, I didn't have a whole lot to show for it. But this is what I promise you, and I promise myself. In 2018, I'm going to have a whole lot to show for it. And I'm only in January. I am going to show people how this Aspira program and taking care of yourself can work. And you can still eat great things. Because you see, y'all follow me on my inspiration page. You know I'm still fixing all that good food. You can have good food and just eat less of it. You can work your business consistently and you can make more money and you can still have time for your family. You can be a better person and not take all the drama and not take all the abuse from people. You can keep your mouth closed rather than being the person who gets the last word. And you can consistently be the person who says, I'm not going to contribute to the bad. I'm going to be part of the good. People are watching you. We are a social media environment. Everything you post, everything you talk about, everybody watches it. So when you talk about how much you love your business and how you want to introduce people to stuff, but you're blessing out somebody, or you're talking about your politics on social media, not about what you believe in, but about the fact that you think this one is bad and that one's bad. Don't you think people get enough of that crap just in their everyday world? Why don't you try to bring some good? Why don't you love somebody? Why don't you be humble and kind? Why don't you quit looking for all the negative? Why don't you consistently try to be positive? Be positive about what's in the world. And when somebody being negative, either get the heck away from them or start showering somebody with some positive stuff. You don't got to be negative right back to them, telling them what scum they are. You ain't got to be that person. You can love them till they want to get away from you. Sometimes you show somebody so much stuff, they like, this woman crazy. I'm getting the hell away from her. That's what they say. I don't care. Be humble. Be kind. Be awesome. But above all, be consistent. Make your goals. Work your goals. Know what you want and work what you want. But don't work it 2 days a week. Know what your plan is, and if that means 5 days a week, stick to it. Yes, people are going to die. Yes, people are going to get sick. Yes, things are going to happen. Does that mean your goals go away? Does that mean that you can't keep working towards a better life to be a better person? When my mom died, if I had said, that's it, I'm going to be the most miserable human being ever for the rest of my life, and everybody I come in contact with is going to know it, I wouldn't be here right now with you all. No. Consistency is about everything in your life. And when you learn that, and you're going to fall down, and you're going to mess it up, get back up. Get back up. That's what I'm going to do, because I know it's going to happen. But I'm going to get back up. And we're going to do this together. And by the end of 2018, going into 2019, the things we're going to have to share because of consistency are not just going to change your life. They're going to change how people see you and what you're doing, because they're going to see something out of you they ain't never seen before. That's my wish for all of you. But all I can do is wish it and share it. You must put the work in for this. Okay? So that's what I got to say about consistency. I hope it's helped you. I'm going to take this bad boy and I am going to put this on a YouTube video for you. In the meantime, those of you who want to rewatch, they can right here in the Onward. Do me a favor. Let me know on the Onward page how this is working for you. Is this easier for you? Is the earlier time better for you? Do you like the fact that we're live streaming instead of under the event? Do you like the fact that we are doing this better on the page? We're going to do this a few weeks, and I'm hoping that everybody's going to get used to it. I know I feel better about it. It's only 9 o'clock instead of 10. I feel like I can spend a little bit of time with my husband for a change without falling asleep. So go forth, work your business. Look, guys, thanks for joining me. Sometimes, I'm shocked. Y'all sitting here with me and you listening to me talk, and I watch you guys all the time. So work your business. And you have a chance right now to jump on the call with Mr. Bibb, because he's got an awesome song, one of my favorites to go out to. Maybe one day Facebook will let us put this kind of stuff on here, but they don't. They will shut us down if we put the music on. So I love you. Be humble. Be kind. Remember, Onward, no matter what. We will see you in 2 weeks for the Friday night call-in live stream. But in the meantime, you know you want to see us, okay? Have a great weekend, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
thank you guys for joining us.